What's going on, y'all? There was a new update for this game that apparently changes some things with, like, very hard difficulty and nightmare difficulty and makes them harder. Which is cool because I haven't even attempted those difficulties really yet that much. Oh, Slime has new GPU. Possibly. Does that mean Slime, Marathon? Slime Marathon? They also, I think, changed the lever edge to be good-er. So this is plus 10 damage every shot instead of 5. So we're more gooder. Let's just go right into it. Plus 10 Dami. Dami Mommy. Oh. Oh, spooky. There should be like another difficulty after Nightmare. Like, why let me click otherwise? I guess we're like in between doing these two zones. There isn't another difficulty, but I feel like there should be. Like, more nightmarish. Let's stick to very hard for now, while I'm still leveling. Bro likes it harder. Yeah. I like the hard difficulties. For games like this, especially. As long as they feel like possible, you know? As long as they feel possible. I don't want Babby mode. So, from what I've seen, they've added elite enemies, which, like, are bigger dudes with more HP, and they do an additional effect on top of, like, their usual abilities. It's also been a minute since I played, so we're gonna have to, like, relearn some stuff. No snake. No. Okay. I don't know that I necessarily want to bother looking for the graves on this run. Let's just kind of, like, get XP. And souls. Yeah, I haven't been able to really go live for a while because I've been in the retail mines. We've been doing a lot of, like, preparation for doing inventories at work, basically. It basically means we spend weeks in advance making sure that... Oh my god. I pretty much have to spend, like, a few weeks making sure that the store that I work at looks good. Oh my god. And then I spend, like, 2 whole days basically doing nothing but counting store inventory. So that's where I've been stuck for the past, like, week or so. Yeah. It's all done with now. So, my own kid ditched me. Oh yeah, this is the one where his kid is, like, in the rocks or something. It's a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, it's incredibly boring, but it's, like, I guess a thing that needs to be done. The worst part is that it just takes so long. And it takes all of my time. Be gone, you. I don't know that I love this perk that's like consecutive shots. Oh my god. Because I guess it's good for when I'm trying to like clear a swarm of dudes. Like, it just makes all of that do one shot. I don't know. It's not like I really have a lot of cards that I have access to play around with builds just yet. Yeah, I feel like right now is a little bit like either you are in the trenches at work or you are like dealing with the end of school, or maybe just getting into school. I know it's like summer time for a lot of people currently. Like, as in the end of the school year. What the hell was that? Excuse me? Was that me? That scared me. Why am I yeehawing? Oh, was that second wind proccing? That was fucking wild. Stop. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I guess that's my character going crazy. We're so chill. I'm just gonna ignore whatever objective I had and then just do this and run away. Don't snipe me, please. I can't take that. Oh my god, there's always so much happening in this game. I think that's why I like it so much. Stop. Yeah, it's a good thing when there's a lot of random bullshit happening. I like it. Okay, that's actually freaking me out. Is that the Marauders? Maybe it's them. Yeah, it's better when I can kind of tell what's happening and manage it a little bit. Like, this game, I think, got to a point where, like, I can handle it pretty quickly. It's not like the hordes are really that threatening yet. But I think it's primarily because I've been focusing on speed a lot. And if I can just outrun everything, then there's not a problem. What do we have? Conjure? Skull? The big problem comes from when I have to, like, defend the cart. And I have to stand on something. Stop. Because whenever they can touch me, that's when we have the issue of me dying. I hear you. Stay away. How are you alive? And my screen is flashing with all kinds of stuff. It's just like locking in and ignoring everything that you do not need to pay attention to. Oh, blue card? Damage plus gravity. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, there are just a lot of different voice cues for like random things, and I guess that's my character. But I sound a lot more sinister than I thought I would. Also, Slime, if you do happen to like be able to play Marathon after new GPU is installed, let me know. Because we could like probably bring you in with Necro and do Season 2. Oh yeah, you're on Linux, and Marathon hates Linux. I forgot. Just like bypass the kernel anti-cheat. Somehow. Just mimic Windows on your Linux. That's so weird. Oh, hello, Bull. I do still have a Windows partition. Just use that partition exclusively for Marathon. Is there like a mini quest thing? Side quest? Okay. There's this one with the lotus cactus? A desert flower cactus? How outdated was your GPU? Because, like, what was the last game that you tried to play and it just wouldn't work? No shade. I hate that there aren't many good games like Siege. Oh, your GPU's just been failing. Whoops. I've broken a couple in my time. Accidentally. Siege is... I don't know. I have kind of a love-hate with Siege. Snake, would you please leave me alone? I guess I stopped playing Siege whenever, like, I started really getting into Counter-Strike. But they're not entirely the same, like, feel. Siege has a good gun feel. The problem that I think I had with Siege is that, like, people don't want to engage with, like, the actual gunplay. They want to engage with, like, being as sneaky as possible. And I didn't really bother learning, like, the angles and things like that. High-level Siege is just gunplay. Interesting. Because, like, I hated kind of what Siege had become, where it was basically just, like, learning the map layouts and, like, how can you basically cheese the map. That wasn't what was fun for me. I like learning the map layouts. Well, like, that's fine if it's... I don't know. I guess it's like a degree of skill issue that I wasn't really wanting to engage with. Or it just becomes frustrating if, like, you don't remember this specific corner that can be peeked from with, like, a pixel-perfect peek if you shoot, like, a little hole into it, or some shit like that. Like, that's when it becomes annoying. But I do enjoy when the game, like, feels as though it's being played the way I want it to be played. I was gonna say properly, but, like, I guess there's no real proper way that that game should be played. I guess people could argue. Yeah, like, there's a lot of... I didn't enjoy playing ranked in that game because there was a lot of, like, either you knew the map and, like, you could spawn peek, or you did, like, some, like, cheeky pixel peek, and that just, like, did not feel fun to play against. You just had to, like, learn what those spots were. And I wanted to, like, have engagements where I shoot my gun and not just die randomly. Oh, hello. Okay. I think Wisp got to that guy over there, and I forgot about him. Yeah, I can see how it's, like, rewarding to know the maps in Siege. Does my character just laugh? Is that it? That's so weird. I can see how it's rewarding to know the maps. It's kind of like, I guess, learning the different grenades in Counter-Strike, like learning the setups for those. I don't need voodoo spells. Just like a different technique for pulling them off. I can't remember when I really stopped playing Siege. It was a little bit like after the Hong Kong characters came out, I think. Like, I really enjoyed playing them, and then there was kind of a lull for a while, and I fell off of it. I'm honestly surprised that game is still going, and they haven't just, like, made another one. You have missed a lot. I haven't played in a very long time. Yeah, Legion and Hibana. I think those were, like, the characters that I honestly played the most of. I forget what their abilities were, but it kind of just, like, felt fun to use. Yeah, I used to watch quite a bit of Macy J. I liked the characters that were able to, like, destroy a lot of things. Siege X was a really good update. Okay. Got me thinking about the game again. It has been probably at least like 10 years since I played that game last. Which is actually crazy to think about. Maybe more like 8 years, but still. No, I think I actually got back into it a little bit with, like, the Australian characters update, whichever one that was, like, maybe 6 years ago. That one was kind of cool. There was, like, a little bit of hype around that. Yeah, Mozzie and Gridlock, I liked them. They were also pretty cool. I think in this game, I want to get to the point where I can unlock the perk that just makes me fast all the time and like takes the horse away. Because like, look, I get the thematics around using the horse, but like, holy, there are just non-stop enemies. Bell shot. Oh my god. Alright, Wisp. Help. Go ahead and just kill all of them for me, Wisp. When I hear something that'll blow your mind, they removed cooking frag grenades. That's interesting. I guess because... Actually, it rewarded map knowledge and timing the nades. Well, like, I guess if you knew how to do it properly, being on the receiving end of that, you couldn't really, like, react to it. It sounds like a strange decision, though. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, you could, I suppose, prep for a grenade being thrown into you. Right, it would have to be, like, basically you don't do something stupid like sit in one position and, like, prepare to not be naded instantly. But it's more of like a preparation thing versus like a reaction thing. Tire, can. Have there been any cool new characters that were added recently? I've seen, like, I guess Snake was added for some reason, which I guess is cool. But aside from that, I don't really see any of the new characters. Oh god, I have no idea what was that. Boot. Are they called Wamai? Another new operative. He can place one-time use Jaeger ADSs that can be thrown to stick on walls and stuff. But instead of destroying the throwable, it detonates it where the trap is. Interesting. So it, like, keeps the throwable. Tire, can. But it gives you the advantage of, like, being able to place it wherever you want to. Interesting. I just don't know if I can, like, really dedicate to playing a competitive game like that again. At least not without, like, a dedicated audience for it, maybe. I don't know. I already get so invested in other, like, grindy time waste games. Oh, I can shoot that, okay. I've just been missing it before. I think to me it gets to a point where it's like I've played so many can, tire, chili, oil can, tire, chili. I have played so many, like, competitive games where it's just you basically grind doing the same maps over and over again for, like, a higher rank that I'm just like, I'm over it. I just want to play a game for fun. At least for now. Marathon kind of felt a little different, though. Bottle, oil, bottle. I think what it is I can't... Like a bottle, oil can bottle. I can't be bothered, like, doing match-based matchmaking. Oh, Jesus. What was annihilating me? They all just run into me and explode? Okay. Yeah, I guess if you're really into, like, the map design and, like, that style of game, then you can pour however much time you want into it. I need to lower my sense, I think. A little bit. Yeah, so like, if the strategizing on the maps never gets old to you, then I can see that. Like, being a replay factor for you. I think I just like... If I play a competitive game, I enjoy it being a game like Marathon, where there are a variety of objectives to do, aside from just, like, attack and defense. I want to do more shit and have, like, a little RPG element to it. Or something like that. Where are you supposed to go, kid? Bones. Mama Cave Cavern. Me go back your grotto. Don't know where grotto is. I'm sorry, kid. You're gonna be abandoned again. Ow. Please don't shoot. I'm just a little guy. Oh no. Just to get out of that area immediately. I think you should know Maestro since he was in a season prior to Mozzie and Gridlock. Was he, like, in the Italian update or whatever? I don't exactly know the characters before Mozzie and Gridlock that well. Oh my god. Get out of here, snake. It's the same update as Alibi. Okay. Holy shit, get me out of here. Let's, like, set this nuke off. Right over there. There we go. That ought to do it. Was there gold over here? Whoops. Tachanka got reworked as well. Instead of having a turret, he has a fire grenade launcher. What in the shit? I guess just a regular turret was not so good anymore. He got, like, kind of power crept out. Or maybe it was never really all that great. Yeah, every horde shooter needs like a giant fuck off nuke enemy. Hello? Give me ammo? Good job, idiot. Oi. Okay, we're good. Let's go back to this objective I was trying to find. No. Good. I love when my abilities just kill everything. What are you doing? Dr. Spark. I've done that one. Mass surveillance. Activate the antenna to intercept marauder comms. Okay. Another cool attacker is Nook. Is that the one that is wearing, like, the Dutch... What is it? Yeah, the frog core thing. I always forget what it's called. I was trying to think, like, amphibian core. There was, like, a huge burst in popularity for characters with that, like, frog core theming. Kind of around the same time. Like, I remember Call of Duty had one that a lot of people liked. Like the Modern Warfare remake one. Oh god. We are in hell right now. The Freeman's corpses. Hi, DK. Give me a drinky. Ow? Okay. I appreciate the nukes just going off whenever. Hold on, are you respawning? I don't like that. That one just kind of appeared. Get me out of here. Oh, they added Sam Fisher, too. I don't think I saw that one. Or I only, like, very briefly saw it. It would make sense, at least, to add Sam Fisher, because, like, that's one of... Is that one of their IPs? I feel like it is. Because I think they've done crossovers with Splinter Cell in, like, Ghost Recon and stuff like that, I feel like. Yeah, so that makes sense. But putting Solid Snake in the game is just very funny. Yeah, they're another Tom Clancy IP, which is why it would make sense. Give me those. Chad. I guess we can buy a thing from Trader. I've seen that Solid Snake has the little, like, mini-map radar thing he can look at. But I have not really looked at his kit at all. The code should be 3772. Okay, thanks. Oh no. I need to farm you guys. Chill out. Where's the little code input device thing? I know I saw it. Somewhere. Oh, here it is. Shipping 2. There we go. Has a little radar that can not only reveal electronics, but also enemies. Has a certain number of activations. I saw a clip of, like, a guy that was playing as Snake. And I think he was, like, the last person alive on his team or something. And it was, like, either a Discord call or, like, a streamer or something. And they were just freaking out because the guy was just, like, looking at his radar instead of, like, I guess looking for the dude that they actually already had intel on. It was kind of like a nothing burger clip, but it was like, I guess this guy just using his abilities even though he should have already known where people were, and like kind of freaking out. But I guess it's cool that they made like a thematic ability for Snake. It's the kind of shit I think I would do. Like, I remember playing Counter-Strike and just getting flamed all the time because ADHD brain, like, I forget where people are. But then I'll have, like, teammates on my comms being like, trying to all tell me where somebody is at the same time. And it's just like clusterfuck. Why do you keep reactivating your shield after I shoot it? There's like barely a cooldown. How am I meant to shoot them? Also, holy shit. There are so many Marauders. Can I have the Marauder challenge, please? He can also pick up a throwable pack from corpses that he can redeem for the different attacker throwables. Interesting. So, like, on defense, he's allowed to, like, redeem throwables he's not supposed to have? Is that what that means? He's only attacker. Got it. Okay, so he can just redeem more throwables. Get. Punching me with your damn bullets. I'll just give you that. We'll go away. There are always so many of you. I don't appreciate that. What's up, Axel? We're just kind of vibing. We're just kind of vibing and chilling. Oh, that's right. I can't pick up ammo. I forgot. Okay. Let's turn in our quest. You're the trader guy. Yeah, my reload speed pretty good now. He has a choice of picking up a frag, a smoke, a flash, an impact grenade, or a breaching charge from a corpse. So he just kind of like sustains throughout the match as it goes on. It's kind of nice. Kind of neat. Alright, we're done with this guy. I hope I can try out the minigun next, because I kind of want big fast gun. I mean, like, these are fine for a fast gun. These things just aren't really, like, super impressing me yet. Oh my god. There we go. Yo. Send the firing squad after me. Sure, give me that, I guess. So we had, like, the week of not E3 announcements. Were there any games that were shown that, like, people are actually excited about? I know there was, like, Persona 6 or whatever that was teased, and, like, there are some people that are kind of anticipating that, but, like, it was just basically kind of like the Elder Scrolls announcement from, like, 8 years ago that was just telling people that the game is being made. I'm excited for the Gundam Orbit game. It could be cool. Oh, that went not the right way. Why did that go the opposite direction? Ooh, Battle Mage. I will never be happy with game announcements until we get another Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game. Fair. The Xbox Showcase was also kind of my favorite, just because, like, I grew up with Xbox, and I kind of appreciated the vibe of what they were going for, like, the anniversary and, like, kind of celebrating, like, the original Xbox. Holy fuck, that was so loud. What was that? Oh, sorry, trader. I was not super happy with, like, the Halo campaign evolved announcement, because that looks like, I'll be honest, just another remake slot game. It doesn't feel a whole lot different than, like, how the last Halo anniversary game felt, except, like, maybe a couple of new campaign maps or missions. And the game is being made on, like, Unreal Engine 5 or something, or that's at least what it looks like. And it's kind of losing the original Halo art direction in favor of looking more like every other game that came out, like, the past 5 years. It doesn't make me super happy. Gears E-Day did actually look pretty good. I think they're being a lot more faithful with, like, making I guess it's a prequel. I was gonna say a continuation of the series, but, like, making an evolution on that series. There was something that was said in, like, the video documentary that they showed, like, after the showcase, where they were talking about how they were using the new engine for, like, basically an enhanced version of, like, their original art direction without making it look, like, overly realistic or, like, out of place, and I really appreciate that, because it feels like studios are getting too far into the weeds of, like, prioritizing making a game look as realistic as possible without really paying any attention to what their art direction should be, or, like, making their game's art style unique. And games really used to have to lean into art direction in order to stand out, and now it just kind of feels lazy. Yes, they are trying to make games look like movies. which is just really disappointing. And I can't tell if that's because, like, that's what studio executives want, or if it's because, like, the people that they're getting that are working on games are people who are coming from, like digital effect backgrounds, like, for movies. So, like, maybe they're getting somebody who is familiar with, like, Unreal Engine or whatever, but they've only worked on, like, or maybe they haven't only worked on movies, but, like, they went to school to do digital effects for movies, and then, like, kind of the skill sets overlap. I don't know. I'm kind of bullshitting. It's because of The Last of Us. I think some of the people in the industry are also failed theater majors. No, I think... Oh, what do I want here? Speedster or machine gun? Both of those are good. Let's just do this. The people who are in, like, AAA studios now are definitely people who are, like... like, they went to school for, like, whatever, computer software major or something. Or have just studied for a while, like, practicing, like, Unreal Engine or, like, whatever kind of software studios use now, I guess. I don't entirely know. Why isn't that still highlighted? Get out of here. Now we'll go over here. Like, it's not to say that people who are in AAA studios now, like, don't know what they're doing, or, like, don't have the necessary skill sets. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I know it definitely doesn't help that there are constant layoffs. They don't. It doesn't help that there are constant layoffs, so, like, someone could be, like, an industry veteran and then just, like, let go whenever the studio decides they're spending too much money on, like, I guess, paying actors for motion capture and bullshit like that. Like, years ago, studios would have veterans that knew the ins and outs of, like, the engine that they worked on for years. And then you kind of fast forward to today and you end up with, like, I think, just for an example, Halo Infinite kind of suffered from just the constant swapping of contracted workers. So, like, they didn't really have, for a lot of the time, a huge core team working on the game. They just constantly had, like, people swapping in and out, doing, like, odd jobs. And I guess that was how Microsoft paid for that game throughout, like, COVID and all of that. Oh yeah, shoot the bomb. So, like, that game had a few, like, big names from Bungie working on it, but they were kind of just, like... I almost want to say they were, like, PR. Just, like, kind of big names that were brought on, but, like, a lot of what was actually being worked on was just people that were being replaced constantly. Yeah, no problem, Axel. I also think, like, a lot of the core Bungie team that did work on Halo is actually still actively at Bungie, so, like, any game that claims that it's Halo now really just does not have the sauce behind it. Oh goodness. I need more healing juice. I just got shredded. Give me that. Yeah, I didn't realize until like I was kind of looking at it recently, but there are a lot of people who worked on like OG Halo who are still at Bungie. And it's really dishonest how Microsoft like continues to just like drag the Halo series. After all this time, and it really feels like they have no idea what they want out of the series. Like, we're getting another Halo 1 remake. Yeah, it really is just a name and like a mascot, and that's really it. It's very saddening. What really makes it sad to me is how much they're dragging it and basically just using it as like a shop for cosmetics. Like, it is a vehicle to sell cosmetics. That is what Halo Infinite kind of ended up turning into at the end of its life. Or really, I can't even say that at the end of its lifespan, because they gutted customization and made it all shop-based. So, like, since the end of Bungie handling Halo, it's basically just been, like, a way to sell skins and make money off of microtransactions. Which is kind of just the state of the entire industry right now, as far as AAA games. It really just makes me kind of hateful and cynical. Because it's like, you grow up playing these games and like getting an appreciation for what they were, and then you get old enough to see how capitalism corrupts them. Holy shit, get me out of that. It really used to be that, like, the game had to be sold on its merits, and now it's like, will this game sell enough to sell skins? And I think a lot of people blame Valve and, like, TF2 for the state of the industry as it is right now, but honestly, I think a lot of that comes from just how widely adopted, like, mobile game gacha sales tactics were adopted by, like, the rest of the industry. Yeah, that's kind of everything now. Kind of everything has, like, mobile game gacha mechanics. And it's actually awful to think about. Snake, where did you come from? Give me the minigun, please. I would like to shoot a lot. I keep forgetting about lazy, but I think it actually works really well. Like, even just then. I just see a shiny thing, and then I want to pick it up. I fear I might get addicted to gacha games again. Don't. Whatever you do not spend money on rolls for characters or items. I'm trying to think what the last game was. Well, I never spend money. That's fair. But also, like... Are you enjoying the time that you spend just, like... rolling chests or whatever? Opening bullshit? We need to call the damn train. Yeah, if you're just doing it as a way to pass the time... Oh god, get me out of here. Okay, that was my 1 second win. Get me out of here. If you're doing it as a way to pass the time, you should... Oh god, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Try to look for other hobbies that are... Aww. Do I lose, like, everything? Do I get to, like, keep my fragments, at least? The problem with my loadout right now is, like, the snipers, man. Yeah, give me that. Fortuna Bluff. Oh, shit. You should look for another hobby that does not involve, like, the dark mechanic of rolling bullshit to unlock a rare thing. And, like, rewarding your brain for slot machine rolling. Sick, let's use this. Rewarding your brain from gambling. I keep thinking to myself that, like, I need to be reading more. Like, goddamn. It's always, like, a matter of finding the time to do it, but, like, that's just kind of a cope. Like, I could be doing it if I really committed myself. Oh, I see. Okay, that's when my voice was weird. Okay, so they added these hats that you can throw, and they change your voice. Scary. I do like a buffalo. Wait, that's pretty sick. So is that. Spiteful hag. Sick. A rancid granny voice. See that? Yeah, I was like, why the hell do I have a creepy John Doe voice? That doesn't make sense. Stinky and rotten. And you can throw it? I like the little eagle cry. Free hats. Let's see. What would be like... Maybe Contagion would be better than Geyser. Because I do need more, like, AoE bullshit. And then... Boing is still fine, I feel like. Oh shit, this looks awesome. Oh, okay, goodbye. Hey, let's gamble a little bit. God damn it. One more. God. So close. Kills heal. Ammo bag. Damn. Okay, well. Maybe I can level the pistols. Let's see. Oh yeah, I want to get the bow next. Let's try you. Accuracy. I can't increase the fire rate on this one, which does make me sad. Maybe fire rate? I mean, not fire rate, damage. Maybe damage would be cool. And then... acid rounds? Let's do acid fire. That might be good. Yeah. Alright, try very hard again. Without dying, preferably. Yeah, a nice corrosive burn. How about that? Oh my goodness. Yeah. The thing that makes me sad about Gears E-Day is that I don't think you can really play the rest of the first 3 games on PC. I think you have to play them on Xbox. I saw that there was like a Gears 1 remaster or something that was released on Steam, but apparently that did not get done properly. Like, there are some mixed opinions on the remaster. Welcome back, Zerskin. I'm kind of hoping that they'll release, like, the first 3 games on Steam or something to play. I'm talking about the Gears games. Because I could play them again on Xbox if I really felt like it, but, like, it would kind of just be cool to be able to play them on Steam. Did I not do the first quest? What the shit? Okay, let's do the first one, I guess. Oh god, yeah, I tried playing, I think I tried playing Fortnite on Xbox, and I was like, how the fuck do people do this? Answer 15 questions correctly, and you pass the test. What in the hell? Hold on. You ride into town. When are you exceptionally allowed to honk? Whistle through your fingers to get a herd of crows moving in front of the saloon. Only in case of immediate danger like an alien invasion. Because you feel like it, it's stylish and you want attention. To greet Lady Granny who won't hear it anyway. Because I feel like it. Convoy is moving slowly and blocking the road. Are you allowed to lane split with your horse? Yes, I'm a fearless cowboy. Yes, as long as I stay under 10 gallops per hour and don't scratch the convoy. No, better to turn around. No, lane splitting on horseback is punishable by an immediate pistol duel. I'm a cowboy. Wearing a seatbelt is mandatory while riding. How do you strap in? I tie myself down with my own lasso and the reins. Squeeze my legs until the horse can't breathe. As long as my hat stays on, nothing else really matters. I stand on the horse's back. T-pose. What? Looking good is the best way to stay safe. Oh, okay. A harmless tumbleweed rolls across your path. What do you do? I kind of assumed that like it would just let me answer anything. Because it was just like correct the past couple times. A harmless tumbleweed. I hop off my horse and shoot it. I shoot it from the saddle. I let it roll on by. Spur my horse and ride it down. I shoot it from the saddle. Horses love stomping innocent tumbleweeds. Oh, okay. Which of these roadrunners am I legally allowed to run over? My friends, cryptics, and marauders. What are they even doing on the road anyway? A gold prospector crouching in the middle of the road with his tools. Tumbleweeds, since they don't have the right of way with their sirens on. Without their sirens on. Sure, tumbleweeds. Gotta run over priorities first. Oh, okay. I'm failing horribly. You're about to pass a cryptic grunt. What are a cryptic's blind spots? I blow it up. A fiery tornado blocks your path. What do you do? I stop and shoot at it. I politely apologize and ask it to move. I ride around it, plain and simple. I'm not scared. I ride straight through it. We go around. You arrive at the Tired Horse Saloon. Time to park. I pull off a perfect parallel park. I park in the loading zone. I tie my horse nice and tight so it won't wander off. I don't tie my horse. I trust it. It won't go anywhere without me. Exactly. My horse knows what's up. Night falls and you can't see a thing. What do you do? I stop and go to sleep, hold my scarf, squint hard, and hope for the best. I pull over onto the emergency lane, the nearest cactus, and wait for help. I shoot into the air every 5 seconds to light the way and keep moving. Yep. Your mount's reverse sensor isn't working. How do you make sure you back up safely? I get off, fix it, and continue. A real cowboy never backs up. I look over my shoulder and back up manually. I ditch the horse. Never back up. A cow stops you and asks for your mount's papers. What do you do? A cow? My papers? No way, I'm going too fast to get caught. A cow? Seriously? No. A man in striped clothes with a ball and chain calls out to you from the roadside. What do you do? I stop and give him a ride. I act like I didn't see a thing. There's a bounty on his head, so I take him to the sheriff. 1,000 gold ain't nothing. I give him my horse and continue on foot. I give him my horse and continue on foot. That's crazy. Do you know how far you can get with 1,000 gold? What, and just like rat somebody out? How do you make sure you're on the right path? I follow the wind. What path? I don't know where I'm going. I don't follow paths. I make my own. Exactly. There's been a horse accident on the road. What's the first thing I should do? It's the far, far west. Every cowboy for himself. I stay calm until a responsible adult. I turn back and ignore the injured. I shoot into the air. It's not your problem if they're not tough enough like you. Okay. You arrive at an intersection at the same time as another rider. Who has the right of way? Whoever has the biggest caliber. How do you brake on your robot horse? I politely ask my horse if it feels like stopping. I fire my gun into the air. I jump off the saddle. Usually what I do. You accidentally triggered a storm with your horse. What do you do? I stand there trying to figure out what's going on. I deal with my teammates' judgments first. I try to negotiate with the enemies. I blame my horse. Rushing into action often works best. Oh, okay. Was it an option? You come across a post with ghostly skulls hanging from it. What does it mean? Someone died here. Better turn back. Cryptics ahead. Time to start shooting. A reckless rider passes you on the right. What do you do? I shoot him. Oh, okay. You've been riding for a while and your horse is running low on energy. What do you give it? The souls you just ripped from your enemies. Yes. 1 in 5 horse accidents is caused by booze. What does that tell you? Don't drink before riding. 4 out of 5 accidents are caused by sober hunters. Riding after drinking is a bad idea. You should also take your revolver. Horses get upset if you don't offer them a drink. These are all really good options. It does mean 4 out of 5 accidents are caused by sober hunters. A bandit tries to horsejack you at a crossroads. What does the code say? Insurance doesn't cover horsejacking. The code requires an official duel, even at 2 a.m. I give up my horse. I give up my horse. We duel. Sick. Okay. I got everything correct. Can I finish my quest? Okay, sick. Well, that was an amazing little detour. Okay, I kind of like this gun. It's accurate enough. Just to see how it actually functions when I'm fighting somebody. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one. It's easy. Oh, they do just appear out of nowhere. That's awful. I don't remember. Fuck. Who's sniping? Okay, it can, like, stun lock them constantly? That's kind of amazing. There we go. Welcome back, Slyneth. Explosive rounds. Oh my god. Stop doing that. Yeah, I've had the craving to play the old... Oh, Jesus! It's fine. I've had a craving to play the old Gears Horde mode, but, like, I don't want to have to go back to the console to play it. Which means I probably just won't play it. Oh my... Everything here sucks. Oh my god. There we go. This thing actually works just fine. It's the perfect horde mode gun. Except, oh my god. The snipers are still a huge problem. I don't like them. Oh my god. I've decided everything out here sucks. Everything out here sucks. I don't know. Don't explode. I have teleported the wandering trader. Okay, hello. Well, a creature. Chance for a shroom to spawn when an enemy dies. Cactus cooldown. That's like the only kind of useful one. No problem, Mr. Skin. Yeah. Go read a book instead of gambling. If you get the temptation. You have to start reinforcing positive habits. shroom. Does the shroom heal me? Oh, it's that kind of shroom. Got it. That's a horrible ability? I gotta stop getting locked up at, like, the little spawner camps. Hold the levers in the correct order. I will try. Damn it. Cool. I'm gonna guess it's probably this one. And then it's this one. And we have the cards. My favorite objective. My favorite. Oh no. Why are we flying into a nuke? Oh my god. It exploded immediately? I guess the payload just kills it. Give me a shroom. Oh, that's nauseating. Put me back on there, please. Thank you. Okay, this thing is gonna need, like, an accuracy buff. Or something on it. Oh no. Oh, I can't die again. Oh shit. Well, that's not good. Kinda makes me wish there was a Horde Wave event in Silverfish. I could see Silverfish really benefiting from, like, a Blood Moon style mechanic. I know there's already the storms. Oh, you can increase the accuracy. Yeah, we're gonna need, like, a few upgrades for this thing to be viable. Let's try again and not get owned on the cart. Area 41. That seems cool. Blood Moon in Silverfish. You know what might be cool? If there were, like, an alternative Ether Storm style, like, Blood Moon kind of storm, where instead of, like, that horrifying red lightning storm that basically, like, makes it so you have to wait a whole day for it to pass, instead of that, letting there be a storm that, like, spawns Blood Moon monsters. Or, like, a storm that enhances monsters. That would be cool because, like, it wouldn't be a storm that necessarily keeps you locked indoors constantly. That's kind of the problem that I have with the current storms. Like, it feels like you basically have to stay inside somewhere and just, like, wait it out, which is kind of just not fun. And it only really creates friction for you if, like, you're caught outside. Otherwise, it's just kind of annoying, and you have to, like, wait a while. I feel like there should be more variety of storms that are, like, interactable. Oh shit, whoops. I was not looking there. I looked away for a second, and I'm punished. Where am I going here? Okay, I'm just getting shot at by the vultures. And whatever you are. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. This thing does no damage and has no accuracy. That is a huge problem. That is a huge problem for this difficulty. But there are storm traps everywhere, man. What the hell? It's like I have to keep moving, but everywhere I go is horrible. Yeah, that's not good. Let's just lower the difficulty a little bit. The difficulty. God damn. I want to do Necromancer. Yeah, like the first couple of times that you see a storm, it's like interesting and new. And you get kind of like immersed in it. And then like after you realize what the storms are, you're kind of just like, oh, this again. Because the storms never really have a deep mechanic that you have to really engage with. It's just like, okay, if you're out in the open, then this is happening, and like you should go hide for a little while. Unless it's the one that spawns the lesser angels. That one's pretty cool. I think even then with that storm, you can just like go to another area and to like kind of cheese it. Weak link, weak points do more damage, regular hits do less damage. Whoops, I probably should not have taken that on this gun. Oh well. Man, it's crazy how, like, we had an entire week of, like, all of the major console companies doing game announcements, and, like, there is nothing that was shown that anyone cares about. I am a little, like, tentatively excited for the new Fable game. But, like... Oh shit, did it show me a sequence? Whoops. Boot tire can. Boot tire can. It's hard to be excited for a franchise that has been around for that many years and to, like, expect the newest game in the series to be any good. The ship. Chili tire boot. It feels like guys were bringing back the Kinect. I think that's why I'm so burned out on, like, continuations of an old franchise, because, like, I was around for the beginning of the 360 when, like, there were good Xbox games coming out, and then, like, the end of the 360's lifespan when it was like, guys, we're doing Kinect, and your favorite game series is gonna have a Kinect game, and I'm like, who the hell asked for this? Boot bottle chili oil. Boot bottle chili oil. I remember when they teased Conker as part of, like, that Project Spark thing. Boot bottle chili oil. And that was just like... kind of putting salt in the wound, I think, for everyone that was looking forward to, like, whatever next Conker game was supposed to be. The 360 was kind of the era of, like, starting good new game franchises and also can, like, at the same time just ruining some of the series that, like, people grew up with. Boot tire oil. Boot tire oil. I guess Banjo Nuts and Bolts was, like, the prime example of that. Okay, that was a really bad upgrade to take for this gun. It just made it do half damage. Meta card. The Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts thing, for me, wasn't, like, super devastating, because I was still kind of a kid whenever that game came out. Oil, chili, chili. But, like, when I saw that it was a racing game, I just wasn't super excited to play it. And also, like, when I did finally go get to play it, it just had a weird vibe. Like, the entire game is basically, like, cynically kind of making fun of the player for expecting a traditional Banjo-Kazooie style game. And, like, the whole game just kind of, like, feels like a joke. Which I guess is, like, a British humor thing to do. I guess, like, I get it, but... yeah, just, like... take, like, 10 years to come out with a sequel to, a beloved series. Nuke! Awesome. Okay. Take like 10 years or whatever to release a sequel that your fans have been waiting for patiently. we could say. Even released, like, if you remember the teaser for Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, it was like a very bare bones, I guess, like a... I think it shows Banjo getting up and, like, he's in, like, a weird blueprints world. And then he goes and just, like, opens the door. And it was, like, a very brief teaser, but, like, that got people excited, thinking, like, oh, shit. We're getting, like, next-gen Banjo and Kazooie. And then it was just, like, no, we don't want to make a traditional Banjo-Kazooie, like, platformer game. We actually don't want to do anything that, like, our fanbase actually appreciates playing. Weak Link again. Fuck it. Just, like, go all in on Weak Link. Why not? 2 damage. I think, like, you can look back at that game now and just kind of, like, laugh about it. Maybe. But at the time, it was ridiculous. The whole 360 generation of Rare games was really interesting. Actually, like... Oh my god. Can I even hit weak points with that gun? I guess it didn't start with the 360, because they did original Xbox games as well. And I actually kind of enjoyed the Grabbed by the Ghoulies game that they did. I know a lot of people weren't a fan of that one. But that one was really charming. I could see myself doing, like, a little stream of that game at some point. Because I feel like that one's underrated. What else did they even do? They did the one that was like Kome and like the elements of nature or some shit like that. I never played that one, but I didn't even realize that was a Rare title until like way later. Because a lot of the games that Rare did were, like, super different from each other. But I kind of forgive everything that they did in that generation because they did make Viva Pinata, which was, like, goated. Also, I never did figure out how to, like, play whatever emulated version I was trying to run. But I do have a capture card now, so, like, we could actually do that for real. On real hardware. If I ever want, like, another little chill kind of game. We could do Viva Pinata Night. Or just, like, play through the Rare Collection, whatever it's called. My Xbox is basically just, like, a Rare Collection machine. Ow. What are they doing these days? Are they still working on that, like, I don't know if it was like a survival game or like a nature exploration kind of game? They, like, showed something years ago, and I think it was quietly canceled. And then they're doing, like, the Sea of Thieves game. How's that working out? Because honestly, since that game came out, I have heard nothing really good about it. I remember checking in recently to see if it was like a game that I would want to invest time into, and it seems like one of those kinds of games that just is in like a permanent early access kind of stage where like it keeps getting updates, but there's no like one update that really has people going crazy. But that could just be me. Get these guys out of here, man. Oh, shit. Camper. Chance to not consume ammo while standing still. That's just not gonna happen. I mean, that's probably great for this gun. Just double ammo capacity. Yeah, it seems like that's the only thing that they're really doing anymore. Sadly. Please don't nuke. Oh. Holy shit. Dopamine? Okay. Let's do a couple side objectives. Why not? I need weapon XP. Okay. I really need accuracy for this gun. Oh my god. It has no... accuracy. Go my wisp. Oh my god, go my wisp. Kill them. Oh, there was a spotlight guy right there. That's awesome. Well, okay. I think I may need to replace Wisp just because its cooldown is atrocious. Because with the frequency of the storms, like, we need constant uptime on spells. Uptime. Oh no. Oh no, no. I would like ammo, please. Healing. Give me that. Give me that. There we go. Okay. Now we're chilling. Did Rare do Star Fox Adventures? What's really funny about that game is, like, I always heard that Star Fox Adventures was, like, the Black Sheep Star Fox game that was, like, the one that should not be played. Like, stay away from this game at all costs. But that was, like, just from what I heard from, like, early YouTube videos about that game. It was a terrible Star Fox game. Oh yeah, it was supposed to be another game, wasn't it? I'd forgotten about that. It was the very okayest game. I guess that's fair. Like, if you're looking for Nintendo quality, and then you just get, like, a bland whatever game, then you have the right to be upset. What I think would be, like, sick to play is Blinx the Time Sweeper. Except I want to play the second one. I would just absolutely adore playing that game again. If only I could find a way to, like, play it on PC or something. Because that game, I would say, is like my first introduction to, like, a stealth style game, as well as, like, whenever the time period that I played it, I kind of, like, was able to understand platforming games and, like, stealth games. And it was, like, the perfect time period for that. Giant. Get everything, why not? Like, I played Metal Gear Solid 2 whenever that game came out, but, like, I did not understand how to play it because I was baby. Blinx the Time Sweeper 2 came out when I was a little bit older and I could, like, understand it. And it had customization for your cat. So you can make a cool, like, action character cat guy with a sick little vacuum. And, like, suck up trash and shoot evil dudes with it. And then you play the evil pig segment. And then you do stealth. And then I think, like, you, like, build a tank or something. I don't know if the game was actually good, or if just, like, the memory of me playing that game it's just, like, me thinking the game is still fun. It was cool, because it was, like, kind of the last of, like, the original Xbox era platforming games. Now that I think about it, I was still, like, super into platforming whenever I stopped playing N64 and, like, moved on to later consoles. But you know what you don't really see a whole lot of? a lot of the time whenever somebody is making like a platforming game and they try to make it like kind of based off of older generations, they always do like either N64 or like PlayStation 1. But there were plenty of good platformers that came out later that I think expanded on the platforming genre and were like better. I might have to try some and like see if they still hold up. Because that might be worthwhile. Because, like, everyone knows, like, Spyro and, like, Crash Bandicoot and Banjo. And, like, Mario 64. But those were, like, the earliest 3D platformers, and, like, people still want to just recreate those games. Shit. Wow, this is atrocious. How much weak point damage can I do to you? Any? Just empty all of my ammo. Ow. Okay, minigun guy, you have to go away. Oh my goodness. Yeah, taking both of those weak point perks was not a great idea for this gun. Maybe. I don't know. If I could just hit his big stupid head. It's either I do 1 damage or 20 damage. Ow. There we go. Okay. Need more ammo again. An ammo efficiency perk on this would also be pretty sick. Just not the one that requires me to stand still. Okay, I have an idea. I think we get rid of Boing. Because Boing is fun. But, like, I don't need Boing. I actually need to do more damage. Ow. Except for right now, when I need to leave. Yeah, I can't have both. It really makes me sad. I guess right now I'm limited because I'm kind of requiring on Boing since I don't have a lot of movement speed cards. Hold on. Is this a weapon fragment that I forgot? Oh, you're just like guarding a weapon fragment. Ow. Give me that. I didn't realize Marauders would just have that. How do I leave here? Where is the rope? Oh, here we go. Oh, shit. Well, it doesn't matter. Whatever. Give me heals, please. Actually, I probably need to put the run and gun perk in the minigun. It bothers me how much I like the soundtrack. It is kind of a silly soundtrack. I can see why it would bother you. I think, personally, for me, it feels like it's doing, like, the banjo plucking is going so hard. I think it could tone down with, like, the, is it the strings? The very grandiose, like, kind of hero theme going on. Or maybe it doesn't need to, like, get rid of it, but, like, give me a couple of alternate tracks to listen to. So it's not like just the same extraction theme. I'd be chill with that. It might be asking for a lot. To have like multiple extraction themes. Like maybe like depending on the boss, give it like a little bit of a different kind of like tone or something. That'd be cool. Going back to the Generation 1 3D platformers also means to stay faithful as you endure endless collectathons. Yeah, I think that was also kind of like the issue that people had with like the way Yooka-Laylee tried to be like a faithful 3D platformer. And like, I don't think, like, Pseudo Regalia really tries to do that, but, like, I think when people think about 3D platformers, they just think about, like, the first generation of them, which, I don't, you should be allowed to expand a little more outside of that for inspirations. Let's give you movement speed stacking, and also damage. Damage first or accuracy first? Let's make you do more damage first. A little bit more, at least. You. I can give you double explosives. You have accuracy. Let's make you do more damage, too. And like a little lifesteal. That could be good for me. Now, Boing's going away. Let's make, instead of Boing, we do Strike. Doll? No. I'm tempted to like go for Rain or like Thunderstrike, but those are also like super huge cooldowns. What if we just go for, like, cactus level? I've been staying away from the last two spell trees because they seem silly, but, like, they could be good. A platformer, but it has a stamina bar. Oh my god. And weapon durability. And, what else? What else does, Breath of the Wild have? Oh, you have to buy a legendary perk to refill your utility. The cantrip one seems pretty cool. What would be, like, the most horrific things you could add to a platformer? Survival mechanics? Oh no. Someone should do that. Gain movement speed? Why not? Why not? I think jump height. No, ammo bag's good for the minigun. Damn. Yeah. Ammo bag's good for the minigun. Damn it. Stop giving me useless shit, man. Oh, that's so annoying. I want one legendary. One legendary pull, please. Okay, what does Mino do? Can I, like, wisp you? Can I contagion you? You know, that might actually be useful. Okay, okay. We'll do, like, a couple more runs. But let's do, like, a quick BRB first. I need some water. Let's do just a couple minutes here. What should I play? What should I play? Okay. All right. Let's do woodlands some more. That one's fun. I don't like necromancer. I like that boss. I feel like if you add a settlement building to a platformer, you're kind of going more so in the direction of like genre blending. But I could see that working. It's like, I almost feel like there's a game that does that already. Like locked away somewhere deep in my memory. A platformer collectathon game where like the more you play, the more you like start to recover the hub world area. Wait, that would just make sense. Because in a lot of platformers, the collectathon part is like what allows you to progress to the next area. So it would just be like the collectathon is just rebuilding the overworld. And that's like what lets you progress. Yeah, that makes too much sense. I can't think of anything else that would ruin a platforming game that isn't just straight up bad on purpose. Add MMO features to your collectathon platformer game. What do I mean by MMO features? I don't know. Add a gear score to your platformer. In order to progress, you have to, like, do bosses and get the right rolls on your gear that, like, increase jump height and speed and shit. But there are also other, like, AI players that are trying to roll for the same stuff that you need. So they could just take it if you get the roll for it. And, like, they roll higher. Just make a game that is frustrating and bad on purpose, and I think people would like it. People like the impossible quiz. I feel like more developers should be so bold as to make a game that is bad and frustrating on purpose. Why shouldn't they? Too many developers are cowards. They want to make fun games that are enjoyable. And have audiences in mind that they want to pay for their game. Have you not seen the Woodlands yet, Slime? I actually like this place a lot. It reminds me of, like, a zone in Fable. And the music kind of gives me that same feel also. Oh yeah, maybe I am just kind of describing casualties. And kind of Silverfish a little bit. Yeah, indie devs, make your games bad and frustrating on purpose. Well, not necessarily bad, but just oppressive. Yeah, I need this reticle to be a little smaller. I'm gonna need that. Let's do some of that action and some of the wisp and clear all of you guys away. It didn't even trip the mines. Okay. I had an ex who was super into Fable and she would write self-insert OC fanfics. That's kind of awesome. I never imagined anyone in the world writing OCs for Fable, but I guess that is a possibility. That's a blind spot. That I will admit that I have. The shit. What spawner did you come out of? Last time I looked her up a few years ago, she was still doing that, but for MCU. That makes sense, I guess. I think Fable had, like, my first video game crush. I think, like, a couple of them. I really like the design for, I think it was Jack. I think he's sick. Grind one more energies. No, Fable wasn't my first. Time Splitters 2 had my first video game crush. And that was Grendel. Because she's like probably the best robot design I had seen. You can look up Time Splitters 2 Grendel, she's cool. And what was his name from? I'm gonna look it up really quick here. Yeah, Jack of Blades. I loved his costume a lot. So I thought he was awesome. And then, like, I think Kid Cam also kind of had, like, a crush on, like, Lady Grey or whoever it was. Like, the princess who was just, like, kind of an asshole. And I think you had to be, like, an evil character in order to win her over. I think there was like a romance mechanic in that game where like you could basically try to marry like any of like the peasants or anything like that by like attempting to like swoon them with gifts and like chatting with them and stuff. But there was one like lady who I think was like she basically like ran one of the large cities, like one of the main hubs. But she was like an evil character, so her big thing was like you can't win her over by doing any of the traditional like gifts and things that the usual characters would enjoy. You had to be like You had to like show her that you were like an evil person for her to like be won over. And I think I just thought that like her character design was cool. But I'm sure if I looked her up now, it would be like nothing special. Put the skull in the skull spot. Oh my god. Yeah, I think like one of her things was like she enjoyed wilted flowers or like like a special gray rose that you could only find like once in the game or some crap like that. But if you tried to give her like regular flowers, she would dislike that. And I was like, whoa, this game has layers to it. There's depth in this dating mechanic. Characters can have specific things that they like and dislike. It used to be so easy to, like, make a mechanic that would impress somebody. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bees. I'm gonna destroy your home for that. I remember just really enjoying how Fable basically made it so that everything that you did increased or like changed your character's like physique in some way. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. The biggest thing for me when I was a kid was like anything that would let you change the way your character looked. Like that was the most important thing to me ever. If I had to play as somebody who was just like a guy and I couldn't change their character, then I was like, fuck this game. Oh, it stays there and then it keeps re-triggering. Okay, that's awesome. Fable was probably one of, like, the core games for me as a kid. Because it really leaned into, like, the role-playing aspect of being an RPG. That explains a lot. I don't know what that explains. I liked that it was kind of like a life sim alongside being a role, like an actual RPG game. Like being able to like own a house and like have a family or whatever, and then also at the same time you're like doing the hero's quest. It was very much what I felt like an RPG should be. Purely maximizing aura. I know a lot of people get pissed off about Starfield's difficulty being non-existent, but actually liked playing ship Lego. Yeah, that's kind of what I hear Starfield is for, basically. And I appreciate that there are different kinds of RPG that, like, specialize in their niche. That's kind of That's why I really hope they don't bomb the next Fable that comes out. Like, the next Fable needs to be that life sim style of, like, fantasy RPG. Where, like, they let you be, like, a tycoon of, like, multiple towns, or, like, start a family, or, like, min-max a lot of different weird stats and things. I really appreciated how they made it so that, like, if your character leaned into being, like, magic-based, then you would be, like, a big, scrungly wizard. Like, everything was reflected on your character. And if they take away that element in the new one, like, they may as well not even call it Fable. I didn't play 3, though. I heard 3, like, just kind of lost the sauce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is this? It's not quite the map, is it? There's like a little... Is that the entire map? Or is that a different map? Kinda seems like it. I guess we go over here and do, like, clockwise. So, like, go down this way? We'll try that. We'll try the mushroom side quest. Although, I think the card for this one sucks. It's, like, the one that spawns a mushroom. Which is probably not good. I fully admit that Starfield's kind of ass. It would have been great if it came out 10 years earlier. Yeah, I kind of heard that that game was good for just being like a dungeon exploring game and then like a ship building game. And I guess if that's all that you want from it, then like you're having a good time. But like aside from that, it wasn't a great RPG. It's also kind of weird that like a lot of sci-fi RPGs came out around the same time. It feels like the industry kind of has these waves of like genres that they're all invested in at the same time and then like just release them in bulk and like see which one hits. Like there was Starfield, and then like a few years, like a couple years before that, there was like the EA one that kind of like came out and then like shat itself very quickly. I forget the name of. And I feel like those games were kind of like riding off of the success that Mass Effect had for a while. Oh, yeah, like Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn coming out at around like the same time. Like, there's definitely instances of, like, parallel games like that coming out. We are going the wrong direction. Let's go south and get out of the bees. I need so much more damage. Mind me? Oh shit. I did not want to do that. Okay, mind me again? We'll make a field that I can live in. A little home to protect myself from the skeletons. Oh my god. Wisp, save me! We're just gonna destroy your little home here, bud. We're just gonna shoot all that down. Oh, thank God. Ammo wasted, I don't care. Oh yeah, Death Stranding and like the wave of post-apocalyptic games. Oh shit, get me out of here, man. I need ammo on like every gun. There was... Oh god. And, see, the problem is like I didn't really play any of these like major AAA release games that all followed the same trends. So I can't remember their names. The Last of Us? That was one of them. There were a lot of games that tried to like chase the success of that game. What the hell was that biker one? Yeah, the zombie craze of the 2010s never really went away. It persists. Constantly. Oh my gosh. The biker one that came out was weird because it was also kind of like... I think like the lead designer for that game went kind of crazy online. Like, they were super weird about how the game didn't sell as much as they wanted it to, and then, like, blamed it on, like, the woke left or some shit like that. It was weird. I don't remember exactly, but... You can choose to believe me if you want. Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing on this map. Get me out of here. What do we got? Nuke! Come on, man. The first mushroom. Yeah, there's like 9 of them, I think. Something like that. What the hell? What is this ominous tree? Why are you green? Goodbye, Snake. Whoops. Yeah, this gun would really benefit from like a couple of perks that make it do anything. Oh my god. Never really played a lot of AAA titles, and know them from friends mostly. Yeah, that's kind of me. Like, I think that's just kind of a side effect from, like, me growing up with Xbox and then, like, moving on to PC. I just do not care for a lot of the kinds of games that are coming out from AAA studios now. I think if I was, like, a little bit younger and I grew up with, like, PlayStation, I would probably be into, like, the Uncharted's and, like, the new God of War and, like, The Last of Us. Like, if I was exposed to the new style of AAA, like, Sony games, and that was, like, the only style of game that I really knew, then I might be into those. But, like, those games just don't really feel like games to me. They feel like movies. Or like they're trying to be movies. And so if I ever get into those games, I would probably just watch someone else play it. And not try to sit and play that game myself. New Final Fantasy hits so different from classic JRPGs. Yeah, it's like... I think if I even wanted to play a Final Fantasy game, I would probably pick an older one that felt like it was still trying to be a game and not really, like, just trying to, like, tell stories through cutscenes, which is what a lot of new AAA games look like. Oh my god. From my cynical viewpoint, it feels like AAA studios are either trying to make cutscenes, or, sorry, they're trying to make games that serve you cutscenes, or they're trying to make games that serve you microtransactions. And, like, there's very little in between. And that is why I just continue to play indie games. Because they feel like games. I can run around and shoot bull. And skeleton. Yeah, this gun basically never hits weak points. Oh my god. It should never be built for that. Let's put a little mine there. The cactus wall might be amazing. If I have like a physical barrier I can put up. I actually love the new God of War series, but I watch it all on stream, and I'm like, I have no need to actually play this. Yeah. Like, that's the impression that I get from a lot of those games. And it's really telling how they turned The Last of Us into a TV series, and, like, that basically took off in popularity on its own. It's almost like AAA studios are embarrassed to be making games and would rather just be making shows. What the? This is my tower now, get out. What the hell? That's an actual wall? Okay. I thought I could just walk through it. The witch. I like it up here. Oops. Do I take fall damage? Let's find out. There we go. I feel like Goldilocks trying to use all these different guns and just not quite feeling like any one of them are just right. Okay, sick. We're going the right way still. Just keep following the coast. Arguably, you could make a Metal Gear TV show, but it would generally hit way differently because Metal Gear storytelling is still done by gameplay. Yeah. Like, you couldn't just do, like, cutscenes from Metal Gear and make that into a TV show. The actual, like, interactive part of that game is still important to, like, uncovering the game's story. Or maybe not, like... It's not so much, like, playing the game is important, but, like, there are still, like, good gameplay elements that would be lost if it was just, like... just beat for beat giving you the plot through, like, a TV show. Oh, I got lazy. Okay. Effort gore. I keep forgetting the stuff that I have in this game. Or that I pick up. I wonder if they could make a Borderlands movie. Honestly, out of all things that you could make a whole movie about, why the hell would you choose a game that is part looter shooter and part, like, Marvel quips? I guess that's maybe why they chose to make a movie about it. It's like, I guess the director got really... Sorry. I need to make skeletons stop shooting me for a second. It's like the director had just a special interest in maybe Borderlands, like 2 or 3. I never even saw the movie. But I'm trying to, like, justify why you would choose that game out of anything. And I guess it's just because they thought the characters were funny. Like, that's gotta be it, right? They just thought they could make an entire movie around the characters that they liked in the movie, or in the game. They should make a Repo movie. They could. It would have to be super scary. I feel like somebody could do, like, one of those scary movie, like, parody movie type movies about, like... Oh shit, a Storm Trigger? You're joking. They can make one of those kinds of movies about, like, horror games, but, like, tropey indie horror games. But, like, they couldn't do that because anyone that would try to direct that kind of thing just would absolutely not understand it. Like, they would not be capable of understanding what they're trying to make a parody of. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what I would make a movie of Borderlands about. Because the first one barely had a story. And the second one, like, has a story, but it's not, like, particularly unique. It's just, like, it has a lot of, like, characters, and, like, there's a little bit of, like, drama between the characters. And they're funny sometimes. I guess they thought that was enough. And people would want to, like, pay to watch that. A scary movie-esque Five Nights at Freddy movie. Oh wait, they already made the Five Nights at Freddy. Okay, someone has to make a parody of the Five Nights at Freddy. Plural. We have to go another layer deeper. Is there a mushroom over here? I need to touch a mushroom. If I can't find it, I'll abandon this whole mushroom thing. Shit. Am I supposed to be able to get up here? I feel like I'm not supposed to be up here. It feels like no, but also yes. I mean... the map kinda, like, showed that there was a mushroom on the coast up here, I thought. I don't remember where it was showing. New, totally serious Star Wars film interrupted 2/3 of the way in by a Deadpool cameo. Is that... well, hold on. I would believe you if that was, like, an actual thing that happened in a Star Wars movie. It's really funny to me now how, like, everything has to... like, every IP has to be owned by, like, one company. And because they're able to, they'll just, like, put cameos from other IP in everything. Because, like, I guess someone wants to see that. Like, fuck it, put Thanos in the Star Wars, I don't care. Who cares? Who will care anymore? Okay, I'm gonna probably give up on the mushroom thing, because I forget where they're supposed to be. Fuck it. I went in like a giant circle for like 40 minutes. It's fine. They should put Freddy Fazbear in Marvel Rivals. I think they should, and they would make a lot of money doing that. If you think people would buy it, why wouldn't you do it? Just put everything from, like, everything inside everything. Who cares? That's one of, like, my biggest personal gripes with not just, like, the current games industry, but, like, a lot of adjacent industries, like comics and, like, movies and stuff. Marvel Rivals needs to become the next Fortnite simply because someone I don't like really loves Marvel Rivals but hates Fortniteification. Oh god. Is that what people were calling, like, just, whenever there are just multiple crossovers that happen in a game? Because, yeah, if that's what you want to call it, I also really hate that. It's what's happening to MTG right now. Yeah, sadly. Fortniteification. I think, like, that is the largest piece of media that you could point to that is doing that. I guess it's fair to, like, make Fortnite the label for it. Oh god, is this the right one right here? Fuck, it's not. I'm half paying attention. Okay, I gotta lock in. This one. And then it's probably you. You motherfucker. Okay, and then across from me. And then, like, through the woods. To grandmother's house we go. Okay. Yep. I think the correct order is just you guess. But yeah, the Fortniteification of things is something that goes hand in hand with, like, microtransaction slop, where what I'm really bothered with is a game that just entirely loses sight of its art direction in favor of just putting out more cosmetics. Yeah, the escorting the cart mission is, like, my least favorite because I get owned. The mines, I think, are going to be sick, though. Yeah, I have been missing a defensive option this whole time, and I think this is what's doing it for us. Mines are goated. I also love a good escort mission whenever I'm not getting completely overwhelmed. Oh my goodness. Oh, hello. I love my random evil witch laughter. Let's give you rage, why not? Weehoo. All of these useless cards that I don't need. Alright, detonate payload. This will make sure the boss summon. Where did you come from? Why did you summon Bomber? Oh my goodness. Ow. You know what? Let's put mines on the little path that I'm going. Yeah, I also can't see the word necromancer without thinking about necrodancer. It just makes too much sense. Permanently engraved into my brain wiring. Ow. Stop lasering me. How do I shoot that thing? Maybe I should put revolver back on when I'm using the minigun. So I've got like a little precision gun I can use at the same time. That would probably help. Too bad. I guess they explode? I think they're like supposed to heal me? Oh, give me that. What? Oh, that's right, I'm lazy. I forgot. These things do plenty of damage anyway. Holy shit. Give me bow. We have expelled the necrodancer. Alright, get out. Slime, what is the game that's currently getting Fortnite-ified that your friend is upset about? Is it MTG? Or is it a different game? I like to be aware of the games that are suffering from... Oh, they just hate the concept of it. Okay, yeah, same. Oh, Jesus Christ. It just feels like a very uniquely capitalist thing for a game to become Fortnite-ified, where it's like, you sacrifice the integrity of your game and its art direction and, like, its own universe in order to add, like, crossover appeal and hopefully bring in new sources of revenue. Yeah, it's not like a new thing that's unique to Fortnite, but I think that's what is popular enough and like what has really, like, it's the most recent, most egregious example of it happening, I guess. Because Fortnite just has everything added to it just for, like, the item shop. And what's really bad about Fortnite doing it is that it's so popular and has been so successful doing that that basically every other AAA game tries to copy that exact formula. The first crossover in MTG was in 2020. Oh shit, Marauder. See, like, to me, I would have zero interest in anything. Well, yeah, I wouldn't have zero interest in something that does crossovers, but, like, I have, like, either neutral interest to, like, negative interest in something if it has, like, a lot of crossover appeal. And it just scales depending on, like, how egregious they're getting with crossovers. And to me, this might not be the case, but, like, it looked as though MTG was doing crossovers, like, obsessively. Like, constantly. And I could be wrong. Because this is just from, like, me seeing the, like, the roadmap for MTG and, like, seeing how a large majority of it was, like, basically taking in other universes or, like, doing sets that were just, like, crossover expansions. And I'm just like, I would not want to get into that if it's not, like, its own thing anymore. Oh, I have a lot of levels for this gun. Let's also make you, like, a light seal gun. That's why I'm getting rid of a good chunk of my collection. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. Reach level 30 with a revolver. Bullets mark enemies. Marked enemies take more damage. I want this to be like... Like, use in case of sniper enemy. So maybe we do that, and maybe we do lifesteal. No, draw speed. Yeah, we'll do that. Like, in case of emergency. Move speed when shooting's really nice. But I could make it more lethal. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think the thing for me with Magic is there have already been so many years of expansions that if I wanted to get into the game, I would probably just, like, try to find some older cards that I enjoy and just, like, make, like, some decks for, like, a couple of friends and just, like, play it that way. But I have zero intention of, like, chasing new sets that come out. Yeah, I think like that's already a kind of playstyle, like making like a cube or whatever, and then like just I guess that's like a custom draft format, yeah. Yeah, like, the idea of doing a custom draft set with, like, cards that I choose myself does sound pretty appealing. Because that's always how I kind of enjoyed playing Magic anyways. Basically just being like, okay, me and my brothers all, like, go and buy a few packs, and, like, we just make decks out of those, and, like, see what we can come up with. And, of course, if we ever took that to, like, competitions anywhere, we would lose because, like, our decks suck and aren't, like, really prioritized for meta in any way. But it's, like, the way that you would play against, like, other people isolated from, like, any sort of, like, meta or anything like that. That's how the kids grew up playing the game. Yeah, it's like how I imagine, like, you would play if you were still, like, a kid, just, like, buying boosters and then, like, playing at school or whatever. I still like Wisp. Wisp is my goat. He's my goat. Cactus level 3. Pistol arrow. Summon a cactus turret that fires. Cool. Let's be Marauder. Yeah. Is there like a hat for Marauder? Not that one. Stinky. Oh my goodness. I'll just keep that one. Why not? There was a massive MTG crackdown at my school. They claimed it was because it would cause fights, but honestly it was just low-key satanic panic stuff. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that just, like... someone's mom would see, like, the artwork for it and then be like, oh, like, this is devil worship or some shit, and then just, like, have a fit. I feel like a lot of it is either like, well, with Pokemon, I feel like a degree of it had to be like racism, because they don't want their kids playing like some Japanese animes. Oh, what do I feel like doing next? We'll do Vulture. But like, MTG, I feel like just has to be something where it's like, they just want to have more control over what their kids are doing. Like, they see their kids having fun and they're like, no, you should be bored and deprived. What in the world? Sorry, I get distracted. We're chilling. But yeah, the OG artwork for Magic was awesome. I could see why some pictures could legitimately get people, like, freaked out, though. A lot of, like, the black cards had some wild artwork on them. Like, whenever I think of a black spell, I think of a card that, like, none in particular come to mind, but just something generally having to do with, like, someone's body just being, like, their innards being expelled from their body in some way, or, like, their flesh being flayed from them. Just, like, the usual stuff. So, like, I could see why, if someone saw that artwork, they could go into a bit of panic. The accuracy is a little bit better, but not by much. Oh shit, that totally missed. Let's get those guys out of here. Give me whatever that is. Run and gun, sick. The hell? Oh, my mind killed, like, all of them. What the hell? And the Wispy. The mine and the Wispy. Like, throw a little mine at you. Nothing. Okay. The nuke is really chill about it. Ow? There we go. That's what I wanted. Damn. I don't know, maybe I'm just not feeling the minigun. Holy shit. Where am I? I'll give it a little more of a chance. Still gotta upgrade a little bit. Conjure the Totu. One of two. Okay, so this is the wave-based one. Start an infinite wave, kill 50 enemies. Maybe if I had like an accuracy perk or something. It feels like it just wastes a little bit too much. Oh shit. There we go. The last 2 bullets in the magazine are explosive. Okay, that's fantastic for a minigun. Now. I need to just put out like a shit ton of these mines and then make all of them contagious. There we go. Just have all of them. Oh my god. Explode. Well done. Okay, what is this little spawner doing over here? Get out. My brother. Oh my god. I'll just keep the revolver permanently, just to deal with those things. The fired bullet ricochets? Oh, hold on. With a chance to automatically hit a nearby enemy. That's what the minigun needs. Why did you bounce like that? Oh my god. Oh my god. I think it has a chance to ricochet even if I miss an enemy. Shit. Need ammo immediately. Damn it. Help me, traitor. Oh my god. They're just everywhere. Ow. Yeah, let me... Oh, I have no money. Whoops. I forgot to even look for anything. Oh well. We can just do the boss. Yes, do the boss. Give me. Give me your money. Oh shit. Forgot you had this weak point thing. Let's see how fast I can kill him with Ricochet. I guess it doesn't really do anything to a single target. But it could kill the ads. Or it could kill the nuke that's right underneath him. Why did you spawn a nuke? Don't like you. Nice. The boss was just right inside of that. Missed out on a lot of the collectible style games growing up, just didn't have the funds for it, and when I did have a job, felt a little too old to get into like Beyblades or whatever. Oh, you mean like, I mean not just like collectible card games specifically, but like all of those like toy collectible kind of games. Yeah, I never got super into those games either. I had to like choose one to get super invested into, and like that would be it. I guess MTG was the one that I got into a little bit when I got older because it was still kind of like the adult collectible thing. That was still like fun to play. And Beyblades probably would have been cool, but like I never super understood the game when I was a kid. I also never really knew anyone that played it. I was just kind of like, what, like, the things that spin around and like hit each other? But I guess the cool part about Beyblades is like, they're all a little different and like actually like perform differently, which is kind of cool and weird. It'd be cool to, like, actually see. Like, if you fight with them. IRL. I'll never get to know. What else was like a weird collectible thing? There were plenty of toys, like... I would say especially in the 90s, but like even now, whenever I'm at the store, I'll see just like a random collectible thing that I've just never seen before that I guess, like, kids are doing now. I would say like there's a bunch of blind boxes too, but I think that's always kind of been a thing. On the surface, it's just spinning tops, but apparently you can like customize them. And yeah, like you can like, I guess, adjust their center of gravity or like the blade style, and like it changes how they perform. I don't know. They sound neat. Pyro cooldown Joker. Sick. Level 50 Pyro. I can make the cooldown on my Wisp a little better. Not so trash. Maybe. It might be like a mythic level card. Yeah. Whoops. I could maybe remove life packs. Minus pyro cooldown per equipped pyro spell. We could do that. And then change contagion to like surcharge. Mino can stay. Oh, what else do we have here? Have you leveled up at all? A little bit. More accuracy. Get rid of you. And then movement speed when shooting. Yes. That's what I like to see. Headbang. Yeah, it's funny to think about, but like Beyblades could kind of be like the kid version of like customizing your car. Like if you think about it in terms of like customizing your car and like Need for Speed or something, like changing like the stance of your car or like the paint of your car or like whatever kind of like style of it. You do the same thing for like your little Beyblade. While your kill counter is above 10, the minigun fires twice as fast. Or the minigun has a 30% chance to fire a random elemental bullet instead of a regular one. Those sound really good. And then fired bullet ricochets, 30% chance to automatically hit a nearby enemy. This, I think, just kind of like minimizes the drawback of having like an atrocious accuracy with that gun. I think. That way you could like dump a lot into fire rate and then just like basically empty the entire ammo bag. And then you would be hitting, like, something, at least. Okay. We can pause this game here for now. Come back to it later. Probably next time, actually get to, like, doing nightmare stuff. Because right now, we're a little bit incapable with just the basic bullshit stuff we have on, like, green cards into low-level guns. Let's try the demo for this Sprawl game.